Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today Mosquitto Broker part 7, how to create users, passwords and access control list files. So this is a main manual page of Mosquitto, so you can see what you can do with the password file and users. So basically I'm not gonna explain this. I got prepared the text files which I'm gonna just copy and paste and then explain how it works. Basically you can use different options, depends what you need. So I will leave the link to this page in the description below the video. Also I create 3 different separate Node-RED instances. So one it's for admin user, one it's for client 1 and one more for client 2. And also I got 2 different flows on each. One it's completely unencrypted and one it's encrypted with OpenSSL certificates on port 1123. So let me show the text file. This text file as usual will be available on my website to download. I will leave the link in the description below as well. So basically we will be creating the password file first and then each user. So first command will create the password. We'll create the password file, name passwd and the username admin. So basically using the option C, we're creating new file. So if you got a password file already, it will basically overwrite the existing one. The option B doesn't override the existing file, but you can put the password straight away in the same command, so it doesn't ask you for the password. You got the password straight away created with the client. Without any option, basically you will create the user and then it will ask you for the password. Then I will create the ACL file, which I will assign the topics to each user, what the user can read and write. So basically this is the text file and what it means. Basically the hash here as usual means this line will be omitted in config. This hash here means it will allow all the topics read and write for admin user to be accessible. So next, client 1 will have user client 1 topic read or OAT, outside temperature, air temperature, will have access to read this topic. Topic temp 1 will have access to read the topic temp 1. Topic temp and whatever it's after the slash will be accessible to write. So it wouldn't be able to read, but it will be able to only write, and similar to client 2, sorry. This one, the patterns, I will talk about later on, a little bit in the end of the video. So basically we need to log in via SSH to our Mosquitto Broker instance. I already done, so I can just copy and paste the commands. So I already create this file, it's already set up, as you can see it's connected, but basically type C, the option C will overwrite my existing password file. Again, you can use you can use passwd, but probably you probably want to change it. So this passwd can be any. So you can create different names for different configurations. I just got one configuration with password, so I just use whatever. I just use default as it says on the Mosquitto web page. So I will be creating the password first and the admin. So basically copy paste Asking me, I wasn't logging for quite a while, so asking me to log in again to SSH, and basically asking me for the password for the user admin, what password I want to put, and then re-enter, and basically we just create the password file with name password passwd and the user admin with the password. So next, try the option with the option B, which will add the user to existing passwd file, user client 1 with the password 123. So straight away didn't even ask me for the password and re-enter the password. And now third option, without any option, just add the user, and it basically will ask me for the password and re-enter the password. So okay, we got just create 3 users, admin, client 1 and client 2. So next thing, we need to create the access control list file. So basically this file, this is the command to create one, and basically we straight away will direct us to text editor and nano text editor. So again, you can use different names. You don't have to use ACL file name, you can use whatever you wish. Just make sure it's an extension ACL.acl, because this file, this extension will tell the broker to this is the access control list file basically. So let me go and do this. So as I says, I already create one, so it's already done. Basically you probably haven't got one, so copy paste just for testing, or create your topics as you wish, as you need. So I will come out from it. Then next thing, we need to modify our Mosquitto config file. So again, I got already done it, but I'm not sure if you just start the broker. If you just install new broker, then basically you wouldn't have these lines below include dir. All these lines per listener settings and all below wouldn't be there. So basically what means per listener settings true? Basically I create config file for 2 different configurations for each port, for each listener. So I got listener on port 1122, which I want to have completely unencrypted with anonymous true, which I can access without the password, without the user. And second listener I got 1123, which have allow anonymous false, so I need to use my username and the password. And then basically I got the password file included, location of it. Then I got my access control list file included as well, and as it's encrypted I need to have the cert file, CA file and key file for my Mosquitto broker. So that's how it should look like. Let me go out from this file. So once I create all this, I basically need to restart my Mosquitto broker. I don't need it because it was done, but if you create those files, you didn't have them before, basically once you create it, best to just restart the broker. My connection got lost, but it should be back in a minute. Okay, so let me start from admin side. As it says, 1122 port, it's for completely unencrypted connection without any username, no passwords, nothing. So basically any of these inject flow nodes I can just inject, and they will go through to my other clients, as you can see. So let me clear it. So this is basically, maybe you want to have one on your local network without any password, so it's easier to connect, no problems, you don't have to upload your certificates. Basically you wouldn't open this port on your firewall. If you want to open the port on your firewall for your broker, you will have to use the unencrypted connection with at least OpenSSL, as we speak in the previous video. So please watch my previous videos how to create an encrypted connection with OpenSSL or Let's Encrypt. So okay, that's all works as we see. So next, let me go to this flow. This flow basically it's a encrypted connection with the password file, ACL file, and etc. So as on the text file, I allow admin to read and write all the topics. So I can inject any of these flows, any of these nodes, sorry. Basically the client 1 have access to read the topic outside air temperature, then have access to read the topic temp 1, and have access to write to the topic temp any topic after that. So similar client 2, read OAT, read temp 2, and write to temp. So let's try this one now. Let me inject the OAT first. Try. Get the response, read the message, and this one as well. So okay, next one. Client 1 have access to read the temp 1, but client 2 have access to read temp 2. So technically if I inject this one, only client 1 can receive this message, client 2 can't receive the temp 1 message. So let's retry this one. Get the message. This one didn't get the message. Again, if I inject this one, temp 2, the client 1 wouldn't be able to receive, the client 2 should be able to receive. So let's go for this one. Is there? Is not there. And this one is here. Let me clear it because I'm a little bit confused. It's working properly. Inject this one. It should be only here. It's here. It's not here. So it's work as expected. Okay, next thing I was talking, what this one means. So basically we can use the pattern. So this pattern means read client R and %sign and client means the client ID. If it's included client ID in this topic, that only that client will be able to receive. So it's like they can talk only to each other. So basically one client can send and include the client ID here, and only that client ID, that client with that client ID will be able to receive, no other ones, except the admin, because admin of course got all the topics allowed to read and write. So let's go to this example. This is the part for this configuration. let me go back one more time, because okay, this pattern means with C means the client, with U means the user. So how that looks like, on the client one. Okay, so let me go to configuration, and I got user client 1 with small c, and the client ID I got client 1 as well, but is capital C. So technically it's completely different names. So technically, if I'm using the pattern with user and try to use the big C, the capital C in my topic configuration, like here, it wouldn't be able to receive. So let's retry how this works. I need to clear this one first. So user, I will inject this one, user client 1 OATR. So means I'm gonna be using the username client 1. So only the client 1 as a username will be able to receive this message. So let me inject this one. So I should be able to receive it here, which I did, but not here, which I didn't. So again, if I got this topic client 2, I should be only able to receive this one. So let me do this, and I did. I delete this again. And now this is the with capital C, which works pretty the same. So once I inject this one, I should get in this client, which I did, but not this one. So this is basically how it works. You can send a message like private messaging between the clients using a pattern. I'm not sure who gonna use it. I don't use this kind of option, but possibly sometimes could be handy. It's probably better, more secure. So this is how it works. Okay, just in the end, I also try to use this kind of flow, and it's completely encrypted connection as well, but I was trying to use this option, use identity as a username and use this subject as a username. So basically identity, we do not create the password file, because it says the password file option will not be used for this listener. So we can't use the password file with it, but it will use the CN value from the client certificate as a username. Same, use the subject as a username, require certificate is true. Basically is only used on the encrypted connection, and if you use subject as a username to true, to use complete subject from the client certificate as a username. So this is, and it's explained, this will be generated in this form. As you remember, when we was creating our certificates for the clients in using OpenSSL, we have to fill those fields. So this is the fields, and unfortunately I did try to use this, but I couldn't make it work. It's happened when I create the ACL file. Sometimes basically connect and work, but sometimes it doesn't work at all. But if it's working, was working all the clients, and was like the ACL file doesn't exist. So in my opinion something is wrong, especially what I did as well. It says password file option will not be used for this listener, but if I add that option, password file, it works as with password file, like nothing changed. So or I'm doing something wrong, or something get changed, or maybe this manual is not precise, or maybe I don't know how to explain it. So basically I couldn't make it work like this. But this kind of the previous password options what I explained work absolutely brilliant, so you can use it, and I think this is the best thing to use. I think this is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and see you in next video.